Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel Farmer Drone. After the successful harvest of the Blaze soft winter wheat and the baling of all the straw, it's time to lay down some liquid fertilizer for the next crop of oats and peas. Meyerhans Custom Farming has been contracted to pump the manure on the 5 fields. Come along with me and watch this crew get the job done.
Good morning, young fella.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Should I say, what are you doing this morning?
Being a shit disturber.
Oh yeah, you're always a shit disturber, aren't you?
That's to put the wheels up and down. Forward, reverse, my different valves. That's to steer the boat.
Okay.
That's for a rear cannon. And then start the engine, rev, the hydraulic clutch, and a side shift so I can move the boat sideways.
The Nuhn vertical manure pump has already been put in place and connected to the 170 horsepower Massey Ferguson model 6490. A crane has to be brought in to lift up the Nuhn crawler and deposit it in the lagoon. And after the job, it returns to remove the crawler from the pond. Waiting the arrival of the crew is a 143 horsepower Massey Ferguson model 7480. And alongside the 7480 is the 6-cylinder 340 horsepower model 8690. And with the arrival of the crew, they're ready to lay all the hose and get this lagoon pumped. The crew need to spread manure on 5 separate fields. So come along and let's see how the boys get the job done. The first job at hand is to connect the main pump to the Nuhn lagoon pump. The Triolite feed mixer is off to get some breakfast for the ladies back at the barn. The 750 CFM air compressor is used to blow out the lines after the job is complete. Next, the main 8-inch feed line is connected to the main pump and then laid across one of the wheat fields to a secondary auxiliary pump. Everything at the lagoon pump is connected and set to go.
My God, that's a big diesel engine. Do you know what size it is?
I'm not too sure what size it is, but I know it's got over 700 horse.
700 horsepower. Three of the wheat fields getting fertilized today are located on the opposite side of the road. So, an 8-inch feed line is passed underneath the bridge and connected to multiple feed lines on the opposite side of the road. This is a 390 horsepower auxiliary pump that will keep the pressure up from the lagoon to the distributor tractor in the field. Everything seems to be in order, and it looks like we're ready to go. The main feed line has been laid out in advance for the third field. All right, we're ready to go.
Did you say go for it?
The lagoon pump has been fired up, and next is the main pump.
It's going to be loud.
I gotta admit, it was really neat seeing this main line get pressurized. And finally, time to lay some nutrient-rich manure. These recently cut wheat fields will be planted with oats and peas, and hopefully a successful late September harvest. The operator of this tractor, with a hose humper on the back, was constantly driving the job to make sure there was no kinks in the main feed line. Here's a great aerial shot of the 5 fields being fertilized today, and also a great shot of our host, Midlee Farms. About 5 or 6 feet of manure was pumped from the lagoon to cover all 5 fields in the picture. Here the operators are reconnecting the hoses to service the next field. And when the job is done, it's time to roll up the hoses. I dropped around to Midlee Farms the next day to see how much the lagoon had dropped. The estimate is about 2.3 million litres were dispersed over the 5 fields. And after the manure has been spread, a 13-foot wide short disc harrow works up the top couple inches of soil to work the manure in the ground. The Terra Disc 6001 is pulled by a 260 horsepower John Deere tractor model 7260. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video, and stand by for a lot more. May the sun always shine on your crops.